From the home of the 12s, they raised the banner just a moment ago. We are set for football at Lumen Field here a mile south of downtown Seattle. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
Brandon Gaunt and Charles Davis with you from our broadcast perch. And, Charles, as we get this thing started, what are you going to be keeping your eye on?
Special teams. Field position is always a big determiner in a ball game. Who sets their offense up for success the best, that team will win the game.
Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started.
And off we go here on Sunday Night Primetime. They juked him. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
You almost feel privileged, partner, every time you get to see him run out in the field to start a game, because every game, every snap, you and I both know he has the potential to do something special, and that inspires his teammates as well. They know how incredible he is. They want to give max effort as well.
Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
To throw is Stafford.
That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. It's caught on the right side of Smith. 7 yards there and a first down.
That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles, knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
Fights through, and now a crease. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that. I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
A gain of 3, second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. In motion left goes Smith. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up third down on the sack.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
So on 4th down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit.
From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0.
So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession.
They'll be led out by a Southern California kid. Played his college ball in L.A. at USC. At quarterback, it's Sam Darnold.
Looking to put a drive together. Here's Darnold.
That'll be taken in by Shaheed.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Faking the give, Darnold.
Smith and Jigba with the grab.
2 yards on the pickup there. And now it's 3rd and 4.
I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Off of play action, Darnold. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Darnold from the gun. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now a 2nd and 6. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. 3rd and 2. Stafford now to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, LA! Puka Nacua, 69 yards. As his guys are able to extend their lead. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
He went all the way into the end zone. Now the extra point try forthcoming. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And he returns this to the 22. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Play action. It's Darnold. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Well, certainly not an ideal first quarter for him. Remember, he lost the fumble earlier, and here he ends up on the ground with a sack.
And sometimes what happens when you make a mistake early, you get too cautious going forward. Just cover up the football and take care of it and be able to cut it loose. Otherwise, your offense is going to stall.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now it's Darnold. Open man left side. Shaheed has it. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
To throw is Darnold. And that is incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon.
Here's Smith to return it.
Good coverage there, holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
He'll look to Williams to begin things.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Finding space at the 40.
And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Off of play action, here's Stafford. And that's complete to Adams. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And some room to run now.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
1st down. 1st and 10.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Again, it's Williams. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
So on 4th down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
He might be being set up here for a busy ball game. Already 2 kicks here in the 1st quarter, and he's knocked both through the posts.
And for now, you know they'll be happy getting those 3 points. But what they really want is to find a way for him to kick extra points instead of field goals.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And he's able to get it up close to the 35, but hang on here. Penalty marker down. This one might be going the other way. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
Looking to put a drive together. Here's Darnold. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that'll bring up second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now Darnold.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold.
That one complete downfield to Cup.
And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. $13-0 is the score after one on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A play fake, and it's Darnold. Throw out wide to Walker. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
To the air again, Darnold. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
The Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Darnold now to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
Charbonnet is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Now off the bootleg, Darnold.
He finds Smith and Jigba in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Seahawks have got it back to within a score. And he knew he was going to take a shot in the pocket. He did, but he also found a way to get it into the end zone.
And that has to ease the pain a little bit of the shot he took, didn't it? Being able to throw it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And that'll make it 13-7. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it was capped off by a Jackson Smith-Njigba touchdown catch.
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here's Kyron Williams running out for another possession.
The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far here in the second quarter. They begin the drive with Williams. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
69 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley. Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's Stafford. It's caught here by Adams. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
A gain of 15. First down, Los Angeles.
Check it out. Watch the back on this play. Watch the back on this play.
Now it's Stafford.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the gun, here's Stafford. Complete. Smith has it. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
3rd and 3.
To throw is Stafford.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down. In motion, the tight end. They snap it to Stafford. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Looking to put a drive together. Here's Darnold. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
At the 40-yard line.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And a pretty good burst there as they get this across midfield and down to the 46. 1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Down to the 42, 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 5.
The shotgun snap for Darnold.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Darnold.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 28. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
Back to throw, Darnold. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Throwing again is Darnold. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game. But after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Only able to gain a couple there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Myers' kick is good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13 to 10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Jason Myers.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Rams offense and running back Kyron Williams getting ready for their next possession. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Stafford now to throw. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it's 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 44-yard line.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams.
And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes this up to the 47.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Stafford.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
An 8-yard pickup. And the Rams
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play.
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Play action. Stafford.
Pass complete there to Nakua.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 34-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A give to Williams, running right.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 99 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays. Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. 2nd and 11.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Touchdown!
Puka Nacua
With his second touchdown here in this first half. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. But let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Seahawks 10.
That time a 9-play drive. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Now we will get another look at Seattle's offense.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now it's Darnold. And Walker with it over the middle. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Darnold from the gun. That'll be caught by Cobb. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. To throw is Darnold. He gets this into the hands of Kupp once again. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Again, Darnold over the middle, complete. It's Walker. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now Darnold.
And complete to Smith-Njigba.
Well, they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
It's a gain of 8. That's another Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. A final shot before the break. Darnold. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23.
So halftime now here on Sunday night primetime. Let's get it to Scott Hanson in Orlando with our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hanson with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Third quarter begins with a run by Walker. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 56 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Whether it's the toss or the pitch, you get him the ball outside the tackles on the edge. He's a tough man to bring down.
He certainly is, and it makes people wonder on the other side of the ball. Do I really want to deal with him when he gets a full head of steam? At the same time, he's also congratulating his tackle, tight end, wide receiver on that side. They gave him access to the corner and allowed him to build up that head of steam.
A gain of 2.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
At the 35-yard line.
They're going right back to Walker. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
He had to fight for every yard on that run, shook himself free of a tackle, and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Darnold now to throw. That is caught. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 12-yard line. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Straight ahead, Walker. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Seahawks have cut it back within a score.
And as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
Now Myers for the extra point. It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was Ken Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
The busy night continues for Williams. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
It's a gain of 18. That's good for a Rams first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Now a play fake, and it's Stafford.
Going to be taken in here by Nakua.
And he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
A 9-yard pickup, just 1 yard away from 3 consecutive first down plays.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
From the 33, here's second down and a yard.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams.
And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
That's a gain of 13, first down Rams.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now 2nd and 5.
They run it again with Williams. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
This red zone is where the Seahawk crowd really makes it tough for an offense to communicate. It's 3rd down.
Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
So 3 points, response there to that opening touchdown in this 3rd quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the second half and take over.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Back out now comes Kenneth Walker and the Seattle offense.
They'll be looking to get in the end zone again. Had the touchdown, as you see, last drive on 4 carries. And during the break, we were looking at some of the replays from the previous drive. Really good holes created, great space.
Yeah, I like the observation you had, though, during that break about, okay, they've got to do something to slow down their runners. So is it bringing in more defensive linemen? Is it dropping in extra linebackers? What are you going to do? Personally, I'm going to take my safety and drop him into the box. I'm going to have at least 7 in there until he shows that he can beat me through the air.
Yeah.
I've got to slow down the running game.
I was just going to say, you'll take the exposure in the passing game over the top until you can prove that you can stop the running game.
Sometimes you go cold because you haven't thrown it in a while. Let's see if he can heat up again.
Second down and 4.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
Well, sometimes despite the best planning, the defense actually has a plan as well, and they blanketed everyone on that play. They were able to close it down and spill him for a loss.
Smith and Jigba in motion right.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold.
He finds Smith and Jigba.
Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Rams offense and Matthew Stafford set to take over once again. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
1st down, Rams.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Stafford.
That one out wide and intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And the Seahawks will take over possession here up at the 44.
Brandon, these quarterbacks have their hands full all afternoon long, but they finally get a measure of revenge as he gets himself in a nice spot. He's able to get 2 hands on the football and pick it off.
Kenneth Walker headed back out there.
He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the 3rd quarter. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
From the 47 now, they'll work with a 2nd and 7.
Now off the bootleg, Darnold. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Here's 3rd and 3.
Here's Darnold. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Walker.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Two yards to go, 2nd down. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Darnold. This one goes underneath to Walker. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. Here's Darnold. That'll be caught. It's Cup. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
Another Seahawks first down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Charbonnet will score. Touchdown, Seattle. They go I formation. Fullback leads the way for the touchdown. Sort of a lost art, isn't it?
It really is, but sometimes when you're able to bring it back and use it against other teams, they're not prepared for it. They haven't seen it in a while, and now you gain an advantage, and we just saw that advantage result in a touchdown.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And that one puts them on top here in the 3rd. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams.
And he's going to have a Rams first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
3 yards. That's good for a Rams first down.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Stafford. It's caught here by Adams.
And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Corum now on 1st and 10. A tackle made by Boye Mafe.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Now Stafford. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Here's Stafford.
Pass complete there to Nakua. And he's going to be about a yard or 2 short of the first here. He needed the 35, but didn't make it.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Stafford looks to throw again. And that's complete to Adams. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Now it's Stafford.
He'll get that complete to Parkinson. And the Rams are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a 1st down.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Stafford now to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, this defense knows. 4th quarter, they need to make a play. That one was ripe for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game. but it winds up incomplete.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Again, it's Stafford.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for a 4th quarter lead. And his kick is indeed good. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no wind. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Incomplete.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave, so they took their shot but couldn't connect.
2nd and 10.
Darnold from the gun.
Throw out wide to Walker.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
It's a gain of 5.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Well, this offense hasn't been at their best here. They've made some mistakes. They've been frustrated. They've been largely shut down. But then you look up and say, wait a second, this is a 1-score game. So they're still very much in this, and they're on the move here with a first down.
Faking the give, Darnold. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. 52 yards. And the Seahawks use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here 4th. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Now Myers for the extra point. And the lead is up to 5. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Throwing is Stafford. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
First down.
Just more of the same here. It's back-to-back catches for him to start the drive. They've looked his way quite a bit, and with good reason, as this duo picks up yet another first down.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's first and 10, right at the 40. To throw is Stafford. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
Complete to Puka Nakua. It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the Seahawks' 31-yard line.
From the 31, here comes second and a yard. Stafford going to give this one to Corum. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Los Angeles.
Now Stafford. Over the middle to Smith. He'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's second down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Off of play action, here's Stafford. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
This will be play number 7 on the drive, 3rd and a yard. On the sneak, it's Stafford.
And he is going to have a Rams first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
First and 10 at the
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving, and pick up another first down.
They run straight ahead with Corum.
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
They run once more with Corum.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. In motion left, the tight end. From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, you have to be aware defensively that you've got 2 goals because obviously you're trying to prevent the touchdown, but you're also trying to keep it from getting a 1st down as well. That time they weren't up to the task, and it's 1st and goal.
Corum is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Definitely not how you want to start things on 1st down, and you don't want to panic. A field goal could get you closer, but you have to think to yourself, we even get another shot. At this point, to me, the thinking has to be touchdown or bust.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. From the gun, here's Stafford. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Puka Nacua.
A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Rams answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
The Rams will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They're going to try and run. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. So that effort gives them a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, and that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage, at least give your team a fighting chance.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. A beautiful fake.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
And Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He finds Smith and Jigba.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
That's good for a Seahawks 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Back to throw, Darnold. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Now a 2nd and 10. Darnold. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Throwing again is Darnold. He's got Cooper Kupp on the slant. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Here's Darnold. That'll be taken in by Shaheed.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
2nd down at 6 now from the 42. To throw is Darnold. Gets this complete to Shaheed. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And the tight end goes in motion left. Darnold now to throw. Across the middle, and this pass complete to Cooper Kupp. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Rams' 27-yard line.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. From the gun, it's Walker. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
And think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches are giving, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
A big play here, 3rd and 2. Darnold to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's good for a Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
Walker now on 1st and 10. Oh, no, he lost the football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was...
He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow.
What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will make this a 4-point game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Rams offense and Devontae Adams set to take over once more. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early, and it has paid giant rewards to this stage of the game. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Stafford. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Now Stafford. Over the middle, complete. It's Smith. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection.
Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10.
Stafford now to throw. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
1st down, Rams.
This is 1st and 10.
Now it's Stafford. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
One last throw here for Stafford. Looking deep downfield.
This ball intercepted. Picked up by Nicky Van Rory. And the Seahawks are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.